8th June 1949. Swami Chinmayananda makes brief notes in his journal about his travel to Gangotri with his Guru Swami Tapovanam. He writes, "By evening, reached Tapovan Kutia to stay there for the night, so that at the morning we may start. 9th June. To Gangotri started." He continues, "Thus, in 4 days in Gangotri. Chinmaya in a room 9 feet by 5 feet by 4 feet to the side to middle some 5 feet, with one single door, 2 feet wide and 4 feet in height." Now, Swami Chinmayananda was quite tall, over 6 feet. Imagine living in a hut with a 4 to 5 foot ceiling. A devotee would ask years later, "Swamiji, how did you manage? You couldn't even stand inside the hut." His answer was this: acrobatics are not allowed for sannyasis. For sitting, meditating, and relaxing the back, it is sufficient. His notes continue: "Cow dung plastered, roof all wood, walls Ganges stones, life marvelous. Made fire, tea, bhiksha, make hot water, bathe, meditate, sweep, wash hands, meditate." 13th June 1949. Cleaning room and compound. Swamiji, a reference to Swami Tapovanam, with separate main single room, all wooden, a room of 8 feet by 4 feet, with a veranda of 8 feet by 4.5 feet. That's all. No studies yet. Getting things ready today. Bhiksha at 9 a.m. Grand life, indeed grand. Swami Chinmayananda begins classes with Swami Tapovanam. The first text studied was Panchadashi. This is a standard text on the philosophy of the Advaita Vedanta tradition, authored in the 14th century by the great Srimad Vidyaranya Swami, also known as Madhavacharya. Its 15 chapters are divided into 3 sections that are each an intense study of Viveka, which is the discrimination of reality from mere appearance; Deepa, the consciousness as the supreme illuminating principle; and lastly, Ananda, Brahman as limitless bliss. Swami Tapovanam would read aloud one verse of the text and then explain the word meaning along with rules of grammar and then its translation in Hindi, as well as possible misinterpretations. He would then follow with a commentary and perhaps an example or two to illustrate the meaning. As he spoke, Swami Chinmayananda would meticulously translate everything into English because it was the language most familiar to him. We are extremely lucky to have a small glimpse of Swamiji's notes from his first class with his Guru. Books are of 2 kinds, the Prakrana Grantha and Shastras. In the former is Panchadashi, etc., which explain and give arguments for the statements and declarations of the Upanishads, which form the Prakrana Grantha. It is better first to study the Prakrana Grantha. Let us start with Panchadashi. Why creation and the theory of creation is studied? Necessary to hush the intellect. The buddhi asks, it must be convincingly reasoned out and answered, else no peace. Some ask when Shrishti started. This Maya is the Shakti of God, as heat is in fire. Where God is, Maya too is. God is beginningless, so Maya too, and hence creation too is Anadhi, beginningless, and Ananta, limitless. If we fix up a beginning for creation, then we are assuming that time was when no Maya and so no God, so time becomes the firstborn, and this will limit God. The question, therefore, is wrong. But Vedanta says, Maya, though beginningless, has an end, when individual avidya ends, in realization. Is it possible? Yes, as the mud made into a pot. The abhava or non-existence of pot was anadi, beginningless, but the moment the pot is made, it has ended. The pot has now come into existence. So, that which is beginningless can have an end. So, creation is beginningless and endless as God, but Maya ends for the realized saint. What kind of a student was Chinmaya? Swami Govindagiri gives us the answer. The subject matter of Panchadashi is so subtle that it takes a brilliant and penetrating mind to comprehend the contents and grasp the abstruse meanings that lie beneath the words themselves. At that time, I had already studied several texts with Swami Tapovanam and had not once dared to question him during class. But not this Chinmaya. He would put so many questions to the master. He was not willing to move on to the next topic until every doubt on the present subject was removed by the teacher. And thus began the teachings, from the ocean of knowledge to the hungry student in whom a star was waiting to be born.